Stop saying baka all the time. Now, as a man from Japan, I'm not sure what it means to smell like a baka, but I'm happy to see Japanese getting popular. But there are plenty of other swear words in Japanese that Japanese people use every single day. So today, Nakamas, let's go through 5 major swear words in Japanese that you could start using today. Number 1, damare. Damare. So, damare is a pretty strong phrase that my mother taught me not to teach, but it means shut up. The reason why I like damare is because it could come in many forms, each with a little twist. For example, damare yagare is like, why the heck won't you shut up? Damatte kudasai is kind of sarcastic because you're basically saying, can you please shut up? Finally, my favorite, damare tsutendaro, which means, didn't I tell you to shut up already? If you're serious about actually learning Japanese, I made a Skillshare course in the link in the description below going over Hiragana, which is the basic alphabet in Japanese. Number 2, Kuso. Kuso. Before I get into explaining this one, I want to clarify what it actually means for something to be a curse or a swear word in Japanese or in the context of Japanese culture. Because I think if you grew up in the Western culture, curse or swear words are a lot more stronger, a lot more a little bit of a taboo thing than you might expect in context of Japan. Like basically what I'm saying is it's not that bad. It's not like a taboo word, and here are some of the examples why. Like all these curse words that's said in this video is said by like kids all across Japan, like literally young children. And you might be saying like, that's terrible. You gotta, who's watching these kids? Where's the sensei? Where's Kakashi at? Whipping them up to shape? But it's actually because unlike Western curse words that I just explained, these are basically just really bad words in Japanese, but it's not like taboo or anything like that. You wouldn't go to detention, for example, if you said it in school. A teacher would be like, hey, stop talking like that. That's pretty much it. There's no defined curse word that is like should never be said in a way at a other place, you know. It's not in a different column of vocabulary. So basically these are pretty bad words you probably shouldn't say, but you will hear kids saying it. That's why you see it in anime all the time. You know, they're like, they might still be in elementary school and they're saying kuso or shine, but you know, it's because they're not necessarily swear words. And you better believe I was spitting that in 3rd grade. I was 9 years old thinking I'm cool. I was like damare damare kuso kuso, but I turned out to be somewhat okay. Anyways, kuso means S-H-I-T, so poop. I consider this one a little bit more of a beginner's Japanese swear word because of how easy it is to use and say. Like its English counterpart, you could call someone this word and say, omae kuso da na. You could also say when something unfortunate happens to you, like you step on a Lego, a kuso ashi ite. But if you're an anime protagonist, you could just scream it, it'll stretch it out a little bit and say, Kuso! So say it with me one more time. Kuso. Pretty easy to say, isn't it? Number 3, not as popular. Hage. Hage. Hage actually just comes from the word hageteiru, which means to be bald. Like you ain't got no hair. But to make it rude and very much derogatory, you could just shorten it and say, oi hage. So I feel like this one is not that well known in the West, and you might be saying, hey, I don't know that many bald people. How often can I use this one? Well, the truth is, in Japan, you can use this when someone's not even bald or not even balding. I still remember the first time someone said, oi Matsu, oi hage, kochi koi. And then I was like, what the heck? What the heck? I have full set of hair. Why you call me bald? And you know what, to be honest, it did hurt my feelings. It worked as a swear insult word. I was hurt. Of course, you could call someone that's actually bald hage, but like, you know, why you gotta ruin their day when they're already bald? Like, you wouldn't call One Punch Man Hage, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know, well, he's the GOAT. So stick to calling people Hage for those that have hair, and there should be no problem. Number 4, Kiero. Kiero. Kiero literally means disappear, and this one could be pretty hurtful for sure. I think the thing you have to realize from this swear word is that Japanese has a lot of conjugations for verbs, not just past, present, or future, but if you want to do something or if something was done to you. And for swear words and insults, you could use the rude command form. And that rude command form is something that you actually can't do in English that well. You can't just make a verb mean all of a sudden. Like kieru by itself just means to disappear. There's no negative connotation behind the verb itself. Now, when you convert it to formal command form, it would be kiete kudasai, which is like, can you please disappear, which is still a little bit hurtful. But then the rude command form, kiero. Now, I just feel like I should curl up in the corner of my room and cry myself to sleep. That's how hurtful it was. But anyways, what I'm trying to say is, for any Japanese verb, you could change the conjugations to make it either really good or a lot worse feeling. Number 5, uzai. Uzai. Uzai means you're annoying, and this one was popularized when sad boy Sasuke said this to Sakura when he was leaving the Konoha village. So basically Sakura said, hey, don't go. You know, why you gotta go? And then Sasuke was like, yappari omae uzai yo. Yappari is a phrase to say like, just as I thought. Omae is you in a rude way. Uzai means annoying. And yo at the end of sentences is like, I'm explaining it to you. So from this line by Sasuke himself, you could tell how mean it could be. Why you gotta say that, Sasuke? Like, you know, Sakura doesn't deserve that. Where's the justice for Sakura? She was just trying to help you out. Now, uzai can come in different forms as well. You could stretch it out again and say a little bit like, omae uzendayo. One more time with me. Uzendayo. Or like a lot of teenage girls in Japan could say, chotto ano hito uzakunai? Uzakunai, which is like, isn't he kind of annoying? Like, you kind of negate it. If you go to Japan, be careful not to use this word unless you hear them at you, then I gave you permission to say it right back. But avoid any physical altercation unless you have a Mangekyo Sharingan. Subscribe to join the Nakama, and peace.